Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for another episode of Metroid Zero Mission. In the last episode, we went into Kraid and fought Kraid and got ourselves the speed booster. Now, the game just wants to do that to us to scare us. That's rude! Oh, that's really rude. I kind of just want to reset, but we're right here anyway. Let's do this again, except this time that's right. They didn't really enjoy having missiles in their face. So let's see. Now, so we've explored pretty much everything except for that one area above us. So, I mean, we're going to be coming back here after events happen. I didn't want to freeze you there, sorry. You come back here. And let's go up and get the missile from this room, which is going to require running. So I think you can just do a running jump there, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna have to try it out. Okay, you can do the running jump, hooray. And this is just to get back. Okay, so we got the energy tank there. Again, like, don't expect this to be a 100% Let's Play. I'm just gonna do whatever in whatever order. But yeah, now that we've killed Kraid, somebody's mad. He's getting all those little warning signs. Look at him. Stupid little space vulture. As we go up here, the little wall crumbles. Because, I don't know. It was a load-bearing boss. Luckily, we get our next objective here. Back to Norfair. Except this time, since we have the speed booster, we'll be able to go a bit further. So yay. Now, back to this music. One thing that I like, I like a lot of things about Fusion. Fusion is my favorite Metroid game. If I hadn't mentioned that several times already, Fusion is my favorite Metroid game. One thing that I love about Fusion in particular is just that the atmosphere in that game. Like, this game is, like, they did what they could to spruce up the NES game, but like at the core it's still an NES game. You know, they added a lot of stuff and made it like really good, like added a lot of good stuff, but at the core it's still an NES game. Whereas Fusion, you know, was on its own, you know, from the beginning. So you know, they had a lot more to work with, and one of those things that they're able to work with was atmosphere. And this game just doesn't have the same atmosphere. And it's not necessarily a knock against the game, because that's not what the game was about. Like, it had a different purpose, and that was just being like a platformer adventure thing, however they like to call it. I want to get that. How do I get that? Oh, I can go in here. Yeah, so now this is interesting. So first things first, let's just get this. This is a whole bunch of like little hidden platforms and stuff. So what I was saying, so like this game was meant to be different, and Metroid Fusion is all about a different type of atmosphere, and that's like more of a horror atmosphere, which it just does right. So this trick over here to get the super missiles is really, really annoying. And I'm going to try to show it to you. So you have to go here. I don't know if I can even do it now because I don't have the jump ball. But you have to use this room to speed up. And then get into the morph ball and then shoot yourself across. And yeah, I don't think we can do that right now. But let's go to the top of this and see if there's anything you can do there with like jumping on enemies and freezing them or what have you. But yeah, Metroid Fusion just has this horror atmosphere that I found to be like perfect. Not like very good, like perfect. You know, you fear for your life at many points in the game, and you never feel until the very, very end of the game, you never feel like you're quite prepared to, you know, live, to survive. And I love it. Like, you constantly feel like you're one step behind your enemy. And so many games don't do that. Is this one way? I think it is. Yeah, because that was like a falling block, right? Okay, whatever. So many games like, I don't remember the sentence I was in the middle of when I got distracted. What I was trying to say is that you never really feel like you're ready. All the, like, throughout the game, I don't want to spoil like the actual story in case the people here haven't played it, but that like the antagonist of the game is always one step ahead of you, and sometimes even several steps ahead of you. And every time you do something to power yourself up, it inadvertently helps out your foes even more, so that they're still ahead of you. So like everything that you do ends up working against you. Oh yeah, I had to come back here with the bombs. So everything you do ends up working against you, and you're also just powerless, like against this foe. And you know, when you get and it's amazing because then you have to like strategize and be like, okay, how do I not die today? And you know, once you eventually get to the point where you can hold your own against the foe, it's like life-changing. You say, oh man, I can do this now. I can win. And it's such a good feeling. You know, after you know, however long you take to play the game, you know, a couple of hours, you know, because it's a Metroid game, so it's short. But like, you know, after the amount of time that you spend, you know, in all those, you know, confined spaces and everything else. Can I break the floor? I think I could break the floor here, but I don't want to because that is hot. So yeah, like, oh, I'm on the wrong side, no! Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, that's like the super hot stuff I was talking about before. It's like after all the time in that game, when you finally can hold your own against the boss, it's cathartic. I realize I've been touting Metroid Fusion as I'm playing Zero Mission, but what I'm trying to say is that game is very special to me, and it has like a special qualities that I have not seen replicated in other Metroid games. Although like there are certain points of Samus Returns, like the 3DS remake of Samus Returns, where like I felt similar terror, but it wasn't the same. there were certain points where I was like, oh man, I can finally do this, which is cool, but it wasn't the same. And I really wish that Metroid Fusion was able to like recapture that, like they were able to recapture that with another Metroid game, but I don't think that they necessarily can do that. But cool, freezing it makes it so they don't spawn. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is please go play Metroid Fusion. And it's gonna make people upset, but I think it's objectively the best Metroid game. Now this is coming from someone who has not actually beaten Super Metroid, has just played through about half of it. So like, there's several grains of salt that you should probably take my advice or my opinion with. But I just personally feel that. So yeah. Okay, so we can't get up there because we need the high jump and the ice beam. Okay. I'll meet you by the Norfair entrance. You know, something else I want to point out while we're on our way here. There's also a distinction that I usually don't make between best and favorite. And there's a lot of the time there's a very big distinction there, in that like your favorite game of a series can also not technically be the best one, and that's perfectly fine. Like, Fusion is definitely my favorite. Is it technically the best? I don't know. There might be limitations that, you know, the SNES, that Super Metroid didn't have that Fusion did have. Fusion is definitely more linear. Like, there's a lot less sequence breaking you can do, just because of the nature of the game. But like, you know, it's just I don't know, just the style of the game. You can freeze these guys if you really want to. I think you can kill them by shooting them, but it's best to just ignore them. Oh man, we're back to the piano. I totally forgot already that we had the piano. So this is a important stretch. If you see, it's like really, it's a long stretch that lets you run, which means we need to. I don't think there's anything over there. No, okay. I was wrong. So that's how you get to the lower parts of Norfair here, is just making paths, running paths. I don't like these guys right here. They're jerks. This is another green door. The green doors, I believe, are for super missiles, which we saw before but could not get. I also like that the missile upgrades aren't like necessarily tied behind bosses. They're just there for you to find. And that's just, I don't know. For some reason I find that neat, that, you know, it feels more like a hidden treasure as opposed to like an achievement treasure. High jump, we were just talking about you. High jump. Now we can jump high, and adds morph ball jumping. Okay, so the jump ball is the high jump, which is nice, which means we probably can go back and get that super missile. I have a feeling it also means that, I forgot that's that. Do I want to try to do that? No. I think we might be able to later. I think I've done it in the past. But it might be easy to do later because that saps your health really fast. Now, I don't know how the game expects you. Oh, right, you can just jump around it. Yeah, the high jump is actually a high jump. That's to get out. Also, notice that the map is blue. That means that this is still like the quote-unquote intended map of the area. Let's see what Mr. Chozo has to say to us, though. Going back into Brinstar. Up to the right? Up over there. Okay. That's neat. Now that we have the high jump, we can go to that area that we're blocked off in the upper right corner of Brinstar. And this just kind of lets us go back over there. But I want to go down a little bit more first. See what's over here. Oh, right. This thing. Okay, so this is something else that they kind of took from Fusion, and that's things changing as you go along. So this area is going to be our running path for when we eventually need to get those speed tiles. But for now, we can't do anything. Also, did I say it was like 150 for the amount of total missiles? I'm pretty sure it's like 200 something. I remember having like 215. I don't know where I got the other number from. I don't remember. Can we just run through here? We can. It's nice, isn't it? Let's save. If you die, we haven't died yet. We will, don't worry. If you die, you just return to the title sequence. So, save early and save often. This way. So we need to go all the way up and around. So I think I'll meet you there. Actually, let's try this. See, I think you need to do it from this room. Left, down. We make it! Yay, we made it! Okay, so that was incredibly complicated, but we got the super missiles really early. That's the only way you're supposed to be able to do that in that specific area. But yeah, the way to not activate the Shine Spark here is to jump while running. As opposed to just jump from being stationary. But yeah, all that was to get the super missile upgrades. Now we can open green doors and do a lot of damage to enemies twice. So yay. So that's at least like a little bit of the sequence breaking. So we were talking about this before. You can't really do that much sequence breaking in Metroid Fusion because that's not its story. But Metroid Prime in Metroid Zero Mission, or just original Metroid, oh my god, you go away, you stupid flies. In the original game, that is its purpose, so you can. Go away, all of you. But yeah, so my thumb really hurts now because getting the pinpoint accuracy of the morph ball with that is not easy, and it requires you to press buttons a lot. Doing that on the Game Boy Advance, not great. The Game Boy Advance's D-pad, not that good. I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller because this is not on my Game Boy Advance, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we're finally up over here. which I'm pretty sure we can't reach this now. What the heck? Oh, do we have to go all the way to the left still? I don't think so. Oh. Okay, fine. We'll do it from the middle here. Actually. Can I kill you with... I can't. Okay, that'll at least get that one out of the way. It's not gonna end well. I think I killed it. Listen, I just want to see what was over here, okay? Probably not supposed to be here, but who cares? I just want to talk to my Chozo buddy, this guy. Make a shortcut. That's all I wanted. So he's sending us over to Norfair. But we're not gonna go there right now. Because I don't think that we can... I mean, maybe I could go through that hot area, but I don't want to try. But this episode's getting really long. Oof. So let's just get over to this side of the world. We really need the Varia suit. I'd really like the Varia suit. So in the next episode, we are going to explore more and see what other trouble I can get into. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Sephiroth Level 4 with Metroid Zero Mission. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.